and welcome to Rachel's Repair Shop. So in today's episode we are going to be looking at how to do a simple restring for this costume jewellery necklace which has no clasp on it and it needs a total restring. So I'm going to talk you through how to do exactly that and tell you which materials you're going to be requiring. So just quickly talking you through what materials and tools you need. So you're going to need some cutters, some chain nose pliers, I'll just turn them to the side so you can see them, beading wire, not to be confused with wire for wire work. I'm using Beadalon thread, but you can also use something non-branded called Tiger Tail. I'm going to be using a lobster clasp and extender fastening. We're going to be using some crimp beads, and this little slinky thing here is called GIMP of it, but it is optional. So let's get straight into it. And don't forget, whether you're joining me live or on a replay, please give me a thumbs up and pop me a note in the comments so that I know you're present. So first of all, let's cut our GIMP down to size. So we're just going to cut the GIMP roughly to 1 centimetre lengths. And I've got my crimp beads and my clasp, and I've also cut my beading wire down to the measurement of the necklace plus an extra 4 inches just to allow for working the ends. So pop a crimp bead on first of all, and then there is a hole through the centre of the GIMP. So the GIMP, pop that on your thread. You're probably wondering, what the heck do you do with that? Well, hopefully this will all become clear. So thread on your clasp. Just separate the GIMP from the little crimp bead there. So we're going to bring the end of this back, and you're just going to go back. I'll move my hand out the way in just a moment, through the crimp bead. Don't try and go back through the GIMP because you'll be here forever and a day. So I'm gonna pinch the ends and just pull that with one of the tails so you can see that GIMP start to come round. Let's just close up there. So this GIMP is just really to make it look prettier at the end. It feels nice against the skin and it makes it more long lasting. So with your chain nose pliers, you're just going to position those over that crimp bead and squeeze. So that has secured your clasp in place. Now with the tail, you can either trim the tail down, or if your holes are big enough in your beads, you can just thread them straight through. So you're now going to start threading your necklace from one end to the next. So I'll just pop the first bead on there. I'm going to pop the tail through there to hide it, and I'm going to carry on threading it, and I'll come straight back to you. Right, so it's all on there. It's all graduated like it was before, and now to show you how to finish off the end of the necklace. So to finish off, pop your crimp bead on and then go through the inside of the GIMP. Shimmy that down. Now a top tip, if you've got a large hole in the beads, you might want to add a little seed bead because sometimes these disappear down through the hole of the bead. So I'm just going to go through the end of my extender chain, and I'm going to push that to one side and just pop my tiger tail down through the crimp bead and through a couple of the beads. Now I'm holding on to the crimp bead just in case it falls down through the bead. So I'm just pulling that, and can you see how gradually it's getting closer, and as you're pulling it, the GIMP comes round. Now, I just want to show you a couple of top tips. So I'm just going to zoom out. Now, this is how you get your professional finish. Now, I have seen some necklaces where there's really big gaps and you don't want that. Let the weight drop, and can you see you've got a gap here? Push that down and push the crimp bead down and just keep easing that wire at the top until you're without gaps. But what you also want to avoid is it being so taut. You want to make sure there's some movement in it, otherwise it will snap. So when you're comfortable, you've got no unsightly gaps. Just a little bit more there. Then with the crimp bead and your chain nose pliers, you're going to squeeze that crimp bead till it goes flat, and then you're going to cut the wire. So lay the flat edge against your bead, don't cut into your wire, into the wire that you've just threaded on, and do all your good work. You don't want that. And there we have your necklace all strung, all fresh and new. So do pop me a note in the comments, give me a thumbs up, and pop me a note in the comments if you like this video. Also, if you want to see other ways of stringing, be it pearl knotting, perhaps you've got some heavier beads and you want to know what other way you can string a necklace, let me know in the comments and I'll bring to you some more tutorials. Thanks so much for joining me, and see you at the next one.